Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we were trying out the new hidden torch aspect for the first time, and I must say, strong candidate for the weirdest weapon aspect in the game. We somehow found a way to finish a run with full fear, even though this weapon seems really strange and at times quite weak. But we did get the job done, and it means there's only one weapon aspect that we have yet to unlock and use, and that is the hidden aspect of the axe, the aspect of Nurgle, which we took a long time to finally get the resources for. It gives us the Rock Lion Mace and become Berserk after we strike enough foes. It's an alternate moveset, heavy attacks, which I assume means the base attack is slower but maybe deals more damage. Both the heavy attacks and the charge special deal damage in a wide area. Okay, I mean the axe typically has the largest area to begin with. We become Berserk after we strike 21 foes, and if we upgrade that, then that number will get lower so we can get Berserked more easily and more frequently. And when we are Berserked, that's when our attacks and specials are 65% faster. That's huge. And restore 1 life per foe hit, which could also be incredible. It lasts for 8 seconds, so I would think a lot of this would come down to how much can you sustain the Berserk, because it sounds like that's going to make a pretty huge difference, but it might be that when you are not Berserk, you are weaker than a normal aspect would be. So let's try it out.
Grant me the
I'm quite intrigued. And Prophecy Fulfilled, and another one Foretold. I think the one that we just fulfilled was for getting every different weapon aspect unlocked, but we can cash it in, and then there's probably a Prophecy for getting to the final room of the underworld with this axe. So let's see. The Unseen Sentinel gives us 5 Nightmare, which is great and fitting, given how this is for, I assume, unlocking all these aspects. Daughter of the God of the Dead shall gain the power of each different aspect of the nocturnal arms chosen for her, including bearers, past and future. Okay, let's do it.
You shall wield many different forms of the nocturnal arms.
So now we, hopefully, have more than enough Nightmare to max out this weapon, and then, what's the deal here? Daughter of the God of the Dead shall prevail against her ultimate adversaries using each aspect. Oh, so we haven't necessarily won entire runs with some of these aspects. We've used them in many cases in Chaos Trials, but okay, yeah, this checks out. Just seeing the ones that we haven't used yet or haven't finished a run with yet. Obviously, the one that we just unlocked, Nurgle. The Thanatos, Medea, and Pan are all ones that I think I only remember doing in very brief Chaos Trial situations. And what is this? Oh, the one for reaching the final room with the aspect of Nurgle, as I was just saying. Okay, so, in that case, that is the goal. And let's check out what the deal is with this weapon. So here's the base attack. Oh my goodness. That's the base attack. Is there such a thing as a combo? Oh, there is. Oh my gosh! Okay, I was going to say that was really concerning because the first attack of the combo is as if it's the final attack of the combo with how slow it is. However, the subsequent hits and the animation of the subsequent hits is just hilarious. So I love that. But it does seem like, yeah, it's going to be tricky getting that first hit in safely. And yes, I can imagine how getting the Berserk so we can go 65% faster will make a big difference. Then the special is comparatively pretty quick. Let's see, charged attack. Okay, similar to the charged attack on other aspects. And then charge special. Oh, that's a little different, but pretty cool. Okay, so it very much getting the vibe of we use this weapon to just bash enemies over the head repeatedly. The aspect, for what it's worth, which I think we will now look to upgrade here, is based on a Mesopotamian god. So, going way back for this one. Okay, and I was hoping that upgrading it would significantly reduce the number of strikes that we needed, because 21 seemed like a ton, especially given that if it's anything like the other axe aspects, yes, it's slow, but it should hit hard, and that means you might clear out a room or at least defeat many of the enemies before that Berserk triggers. I don't know if it saves how close you are to triggering Berserk in between rooms, like if you've done 17 strikes and the encounter ends, then you walk into the next room, do you need to start again from scratch, or do you just need one more? Well, let's upgrade it a few more times here.
You are bound
Ideally,
to
maxing it out. Did I accidentally hit Thanatos there? I don't think I did. Okay, 12 strikes, and then down to 9 strikes. Something that's going on.
The sheer brute strength of Nurgle.
Okay. Yeah, either that or, of course, it is a Chaos God. Okay, so now, well, I guess it's not any faster here. It just makes it easier for us to trigger that extra effect. So let's test it out on Skelly for a second here. So this is just basic attack combo. Oh, wow. Okay, the damage is ginormous. So there's that. Hopefully that makes up for how, yeah, it is still quite slow, even if you are bashing the attack button, and I think we're going to be very susceptible to taking a bunch of hits while we're doing that. So, thinking that probably makes a lot of sense to take Golly in that case to block. Then, could still stick with the gold purse. Not really sure there's anything else specifically that we would need. I don't know that we need to be going charged moves there. Charge special deals damage. Yeah, okay, that checks out. But the Berserk affects attacks and specials. As for this, this is where it gets a little unfortunate. Yes, this is the bonus bones weapon, which is nice, gives us all the more reason to use it now. However, if we are to try to pursue the nightmare stuff, we'd have to go up, which is not ideal because we have that prophecy that makes us want to go down. So I think we might still go down for prophecy purposes, and then next time we're using the axe, we could go in whatever direction it wants us to go in, and we no longer have the prophecy that we need for this specific aspect. Does mean we don't really have any reason to throw on fear, so I think we might be taking it kind of easy on this one, I guess. But that's alright. We can experiment, we can have some fun with this aspect, and I think it may be a lot of fun. So let's try it out here. Just a quick double check. Okay, Arcana cards, these look good. Alright, I think we're good.
To Tartarus.
To Tartarus we go.
I was
Okay.
born for this.
Apollo. Now, I do wonder which types of boons we'd most like with this weapon. Apollo with a larger area of effect, that could definitely be helpful just so we hit as many enemies as possible. And maybe can do it from a slightly safer range, so attack and special from him could be good. And, okay, we do already have your prophecy.
Even if you manage to make Chronos see the light, the 3 fates are still missing. And we're supposed to believe he doesn't know where they are. This couldn't possibly be what they wanted or foretold.
So that is the other thing that we are still trying to do. In fact, we actually did make progress on that in our previous run. I double-checked, and we gained progress with speaking to Chronos. We did not gift him anything, just by having a random conversation with him about the fates that made us get closer to freeing them. So we have to do that for several more people, but it is good to know exactly what do we need to do, and it doesn't seem like it requires that much deliberate action on our part. It's kind of just gonna happen. Okay, so I do like the idea of getting the special from you. It is an awkward rarity, so we would probably like to either have it be common so we can upgrade it with Narcissus, or have it be epic. Could go with the sprint, sure.
There.
Okay, and we could proactively... Oh man, this is hilarious. We could proactively, as we see the enemies spawning in, start to use the attack. And that way, by the time they actually are in, we've gotten through the lengthiest animation. So like here, for example, okay, now these guys did, of course, spawn in immediately. Like here, for example. You can, change direction a bit, including with dash attacks. It's actually a little bit easier to pull off with this, in a way, than with other weapons, because there's so much time to adjust. That's pretty nifty. Okay, I'm like it. My first impression is very good. Although, of course, we've yet to get surrounded by a bunch of enemies, which will probably be the most concerning part. So the hammer, have to try this out, right? Have to see what we can get, because there might be some stuff, some upgrades from the hammer that are specific to this aspect. Oh, I missed it. Oh! That wasn't a block. Wait, what did that say? Because they would have died from the golly damage if it was a golly block. Oh, it was a dodge, maybe? Because golly does give us a little bit of dodge chance as well. Alright, but what do we get here? Maybe some base hammer upgrades, or rather, base axe upgrades that would be good, but some of these might potentially be specific to this aspect. They all have the same art style, which makes me question whether any of these are exclusive to this aspect. I don't think any of them are. As I was just saying, though, the dash strike seems like it could be quite good. Attack has plus 10 base power, which is actually not much percentage-wise, because we have so much base damage. We take minus 20% damage while using it. That is nice. Charge attack fires around you, leaving you free to move and strike at the same time. I don't understand the wording of this. None of these have scrolls next to them, so we must have taken all of these before? What? I don't know. This intrigues me. I'm going to try that.
You feel that, Zorafet?
Ooh, I think this could be really good. At least for the initial hit, that's really good, but obviously it has a cooldown. So if we could upgrade it a lot, decrease that cooldown, so that even when we're bashing the attack button... I mean, if we could get all of those to proc Hephaestus, that would be unbelievable. So that might have to be our goal now. Also, Hephaestus has made comments in the past when we've had a... okay, there's block. He has made comments before when we've been using a hidden aspect about how, ooh, where did you get that one from? Stuff like that. Is everything twice? Theoretically, I think it is supposed to now. Oh, and we have that little visual effect, which means we're berserk. Okay, I admittedly was not paying super close attention to that. Okay, not gifting to you. Actually, how many do we have? We have 2 nectars. Okay, good to know.
So Grandpa Cronus keeps on lending us hand to deal with what he did to us, but still, I reckoned he'd be back to his old self by now, but mayhap you scrambled him enough that it'll stick. Think you could do that to me, Mum?
Come on, Hephaestus. Here I was about to agree with you, and then you threw a little curveball in there. So percentage upgrades, for what it's worth, given how much damage we do per hit, if we were to get an Aphrodite boon, our damage would just be ludicrous. So in some ways, I guess you could argue Hephaestus is actually not a great fit, because he hits once, hits hard, and he kind of replaces your base damage in a way. So, you know, if we're attacking so slowly that we don't worry much about the cooldown, fair enough, it does make sense. But if we're trying to get as much damage as possible out of an individual hit, then technically speaking, Aphrodite might still be the best, assuming that the area of effect is small enough that it still counts as being close by the enemies that we're hitting. So we could go with the cast in that case, since that is not at all related to this aspect. Or we could go... yeah... I guess we'll take the cast then. Okay, I did not put any fear on, I was going to say, since we were saying we didn't really need it. Wasn't sure if I remembered to turn it off or not. That one was so slow, it made me wonder if I was pressing the button or not. Never mind the fact that I almost messed that one up at the end. Okay. I think, on this occasion, given how we do not have any fear for this run, we can be a little greedy and go for the bones just for the sake of having more stuff when we get back. Oh, I really wanted someone to spawn in there. Just so we could bash them. Yes, I know the item has appeared. However, have you considered, that we could still bash these enemies? Okay. And that's the Berserk. It's active now. Oh, there's still one. Didn't realize there was still one more there. Is there an indicator anywhere? Like, for the other aspects, it's that little circle directly above our Death Defiance number. I haven't really been looking to see if that fills up as we're doing attacks with this, so it might be worth taking a closer look there. Okay, so... as I said, from some standpoints, you could argue Apollo could be an interesting fit to maximize our area of effect and just bash as many people as possible at once. In terms of pure damage, he has high numbers, not the highest of numbers. Whereas Hestia is kind of different. She does the damage over time, which I don't remember if that is in any way based on your base damage, or if it's kind of like Hephaestus and it works sort of independently from your base damage. So I feel like we go this route. And it is obviously a mini-boss. And it is this one. Okay, you are immediately dead. Wow.
Moly.
Okay, not a problem. As it turns out, this weapon aspect might be kinda good. We'll have to see. Okay, not gifting to you.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Would like to save one for potentially Kronos. I guess there's a chance that Kronos is not actually someone who gives us a keepsake. I kind of assume that he is, now that we can encounter him in a different way. Although he kind of behaves more like Artemis, other people, Nemesis, Heracles, the people who show up who don't directly give you boons. And, well, I guess some of those people do get, yeah. Those people all give you keepsakes. Alright, fair enough. Maybe he does give us keepsakes. The other thing, though, that occurred to me was it could end up being Hypnos, who we obviously have not yet woken up. Casts get larger, which means this is getting larger. That could be useful. Deal more damage till we take damage. Cast expire, we restore magic. It's not my preferred magic restoration boon, so I think just more or less by default. We'll go with that. Not really sure how much we're gonna need the magic. Oh. Okay, well, I don't like you guys.
More coming.
Of course, he says, oh, I don't know how much of the magic we're gonna need, and then immediately proceeds to use all his magic. Okay, well, if our charge attack does set up Berserk, which it seems like it does, then that is potentially insanely powerful. Okay, here is a shop and a mini shop, so let's just see what we're working with. Gain gold, take some damage. We can heal some of that off just by walking through one of these doors, and especially if it's going into a room with no enemies in it. Wait, is this the penultimate room? No, it isn't. And that's 10 healing. So it's almost free. I think we take this.
Worth it.
And then a little tempting, but given how I think we're about to go into a shop and we're likely to see another shop in the penultimate room, maybe we save our cash here. Nope.
Get in line. I was here first.
Nope.
Should have enough. Oh, you little.
Take that! She did steal at least one good thing from us on our previous run, so I stand by it. Charge moves create a fissure that do a lot of damage. The more gods and goddesses giving us boons, the more damage we get. We have 1, we have 2. You'd be the 3rd. So that's 15% damage. That's more of a long-term one, and it usually caps out around, well, actually, I don't remember if we've had the epic version of this very often. So I feel like it's hit 20% damage before, but that might have been with the rare version, so we might be able to go a little bit higher than that. If we are suddenly going very much in the charge direction, this could be quite good. I mean, then again, our charge move already does this much damage I think this is actually, as we were saying, percentage-based upgrades. Probably better, because we have so much base damage. Adding a little bit of base damage, a lot of base damage, is still only the equivalent of like one more hit. Okay, I don't remember if we have reason to believe that we want to gift more to Charon, although I was thinking mostly from a fate prophecy perspective, and as I was saying earlier, I don't actually think that's the way that you progress that, so maybe we're fine without doing it.
This is it, my lord. The hidden aspect of Nurgle that I would never have revealed if not for you.
Oh.
Is this some warrior god from a distant land or time?
That's true. We did unlock this by speaking to Charon. Very insightful. Thank you, Charon.
Then perhaps both.
Okay. I think we are going Arachne here. I mean, none of these boons that we have are super meaningful to upgrade. This is the one that got the random palm slice that we stole from Nemesis. Makes our casts even bigger. Got this one after the fact. Can this be upgraded via level? I'm actually not sure. If so, that might be one of our top priorities. Otherwise, it'd be this, but we want a big special, we want a big attack boon. Those are the primary things. So I guess all the more reason to say, yeah, we don't really need the palm that badly right now. And we are trying to progress the subplot line with Arachne. And two of these in one room? Golly does give us extra chance of finding them, but that's pretty insane. Don't mind me. Oh, she says, as I'm destroying everything in her area brutally. Interesting. Needs something else to happen before we're ready to gift more to her.
I never truly stopped to think how much alike we are, the two of us. Both outcasts, aren't we? You should be living in a palace, not talking to a spider in the middle of nowhere.
And you should be the most renowned, most beloved weaver in all the land. But that isn't what the fates had in store for us. Although, it's not all bad, is it?
It isn't. It isn't. Because if I was still up there, the envy of gods and mortals alike, I wouldn't have met you. My one true friend.
That was sweet until the borderline maniacal laughter. Okay, well, we have seen how good the Gilded Dress can be at times. And as I've said many times before, it seems like almost every time we see Arachne, there's a mini-boss immediately afterwards, so we may find ourselves... Oh, but we've already fought a mini-boss on this floor. I guess it's still possible we could get a second, though. Channel our moves more quickly, which is interesting if we are trying to really lean on those charge attacks and specials. I mean, this one does have the best upside. Go for it. It's greedy, and it is not a mini-boss. Early Hermes, we know, can be very good. We don't yet have a Hex, though, and as I was just saying, if we're going to use a lot of magic, then there is something to be said for getting that early, and we have already gotten at least one, maybe even two, of the max magic upgrades, so we do have a lot of stuff to work with there to charge up the Hex, but I think I'm going to go with this. So if we can get speed, that would be incredible.
Spindles.
Is that what they're called? And now, of course, I suddenly want to take this very slowly and safely to try to maintain this outfit. I think our range is... Oh, I was about to say I think our range is bigger than theirs. Then I was not so sure about it all of a sudden. Oh, but the cast range does increase. It gets bigger over time. Oh, that was not the last enemy, though. Don't like this. Go away. Get out of here with your projectiles. There we go. Okay, just want to get a few rooms out of the dress, if nothing else. No, we're not necessarily going to try to make it all the way to the end with the dress, even if that would be nice. I'm not gifting to you, I don't think.
We'll have you on your way in no time at all.
Oh, okay, very simple. That's a good one to get early, for sure. Charge moves are faster. That is something that I was also thinking about from Hermes. More catered specifically to this weapon aspect. This could be quite good as well, to be honest with you. And that's another source of percentage-based boosts without even needing to take up one of the boon slots. The primary, attack or special boon slots is nice. I think I'm still going to go with this just because the timing is so good, but it was tempting. Okay, then we kind of need both of these for, other, outside of this direct run. So I guess we'll take this. We already did take a bones room, and this is the bonus bones weapon, I guess. Oh, and right, we have the dress. It gives us the extra gold, so it is a nice synergy for that as well. If for just one room, or maybe more than that, hopefully more than that, but even if that's all we get, it's a marginal gain. That was close. Oh, yep, okay, I was out of the corner of my eye at least seeing that meter circle, whatever you want to call it, that I was referring to earlier. Does indicate how much progress we've made on the aspect charging up. Okay, so we do this. It is a random upgrade, and as I said, we don't really have great stuff to upgrade here. It was the cast getting even bigger still. Okay, and once again, this will now be the penultimate shop, and just before the shop, we see a mini shop. I don't know what the timing of this is when we get it here. I think this has happened to us once before. Does it show up immediately after the boss fight? Because if it shows up just before in the shop, then that's kinda unfortunate timing. This is also pretty tempting. I mean, it's probably not necessary, but we did just pick up the extra coin earning potential stuff, so maybe we can do it just for that sake. But, we'll save the cash. It's tempting. Okay, so yeah, no chaos here, but we will get chaos immediately after. And I think we're just going to buy everything, and that's good, because we did skip Selene earlier, so I'm glad we did not have to delay the hex that much. Let me just do this before I forget.
Here, fishy. It's
Quick one. Okay.
So, Belly.
So, one would imagine we will probably end up losing the armor in this fight here, but we had got a few rooms out of it, so it did legitimately give us some extra gold and a little bit more still when combined with this. Alright, so I think we're just taking everything, and I'm gonna go with this now. We know what our duo options are gonna be.
Such hatred for the Titan Kronos, for all that he had done, for all he put you through. Yet now he himself is working to undo the harm he caused. Such power you possess, to have brought about such change.
And by that I meant, we are not about to get a new god or goddess giving us a boon that would affect which duo options we have available to us. No, I cannot predict what Selene is going to provide us. But as Selene is saying here, and as Hephaestus was saying earlier, that was my thought process as well. It's pretty odd how quickly Kronos did a 180. Okay, well, speaking of duos, we do have some options for them. Rise Up and Crash Down, that's the one that combines with Hephaestus. This is Hera. There is still an achievement for raising one of the sirens against Scylla that for some reason we don't have. I swear we've done that at least once, if not twice, and for whatever reason the achievement hasn't gone through, so maybe that's reason enough to give this a shot. And although we have used it a bunch, it's been a little while since we last did it, and I do think it's probably stronger than this. Wasn't the biggest fan of this until we got it really highly upgraded. So we'll take that. Then we'll go here.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Like high rarity attacker special. Not really what I had in mind. We could take it though. Don't really want a common rarity boon at this stage unless it's a one that we really care about that we can immediately upgrade with Narcissus once this boss fight is over. So I think it is just going to be this. The area is larger. Okay, do this. That's a Charon card right there. Maybe we'll get another one before this run is through with our extra coin earning potential. But here we go into the normal Hecate fight for what feels like the first time in a very long time.
Dressed all in spider silk.
Indeed.
Each hidden aspect of the arms of night is in your grasp, at least the ones that have been set aside for you. What have you surmised about their bearers?
Yeah, this one's quite different.
That they're all gods or goddesses of death or destruction.
That is true,
Some
actually.
Past, some future, others perhaps contemporaries, but of realms other than our own. But where?
Wait, that is a good point. All of the hidden aspects, or at least many of the hidden aspects, have been of various gods and goddesses of death, the underworld, destruction, and whatnot. I noticed that they were all from different areas, different mythologies, different religions, what have you, but didn't put that all together that they were actually of the same general topic area.
Our realm is hidden, theirs may be as well. Besides, for as much of the world as you've seen, 'tis but a narrow swath. You have eternity to meet these other gods, or not.
I mean, we are technically a goddess ourselves. We are immortal, so we can explore the world if we'd like. Okay, so, as for the plan against Hecate, this is weird for it to be just her. I'm not used to this anymore. What is our best opportunity to do the smash? Just spam the attack button? Well, I mean, if we're feeling especially greedy, we can try to, oh, that was not even intentional, but okay, we'll take it. We can try to play this really safely and just keep the armor on. So obviously, as I said, we've already been there, done that for achievement purposes, but at the same time, there is something to be said for giving it a shot, since it does give us pretty good value. And if we do just throw down this cast and let her walk into it, then it is possible to whittle away at her, even if I was tempted to, whoop. Okay, never mind, bad timing. And bad location to be in as well. Did eventually move over here as well.
Careful now.
I was about to get very greedy, and we can summon one of these.
An attendant.
Wanted to bash. No! Why'd you do that? Is that the real one? It is not the real one. That was close. Does work well with the cast. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, phasing immediately. Hold on. Oh, wait, can we use the Hex to kill an enemy while we're in this phase? That's also an achievement. We just got it. Okay, that's an achievement that I have been trying to get on a few prior attempts. Glad we made that happen. And this.
Control yourself.
Oh. Oh, that's our friend. Right. I was confused for a second. I was like, oh, we got all the ones. She's about to do the same. Yup. What do you think of that, Hecate? Oh, please go back in the cast. Summon again while we're at it. There we go. didn't quite manage to do the...
Handle Zorifus as though its bulk is not an inconvenience, but a strength.
Indeed. It is slow. It is still slow, at least for that initial hit. We got 1 or 2 opportunities to just smash her repeatedly with the... It's basically a club, really. But, would have... If not for the dress from Arachne, would have done that more. Yes, technically, I think we have the Arcana card that makes it so that we could have avoided 3 hits of damage from her, but played it safe. Okay, and got an achievement. One that I had not really thought that we'd be able to get.
Get that, Golly.
It's not making a conscious effort until
Nicely done.
the last second. I was like, wait, no. This could be done. Okay, so no Narcissus keepsake in play here. But we could... Yeah, we have duo potential on the Hex, so I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it's probably going to be Moonbeam here, as it so often is. And go here. There's even more stuff in this area. Oh, we're going to see Chaos in the next area, right? Doesn't happen here.
Some silver.
Get some silver. Get some gold.
Descent.
And then get some chaos. Okay. Smash this. So we are going to have to skip this room, that means. Let's just see what the alternative... Okay, that's perfectly fine. Not missing out on anything good. Even get money for going into the chaos room. Let's go. Alright. Fishing spot? It is not. Oh, but this is. Excuse me? Nyx is here. One moment. I feel like there's a little more pressure to get this fishing done properly.
Let's fish.
She's watching us.
On the hook.
I really thought I was going to mess up. Nyx watching us,
Void
but okay.
skate.
Void skate.
Flash, and thus the catch is made.
Okay. And then... Okay, we cannot gift to Nyx. That was another person who I thought it was maybe possible we could gift to. But is she someone we need to speak to for releasing the... or freeing the fates? It's a chance.
By your will.
Because we've seen so little of her thus far.
How unusual to see you here. My great ancestor and I have much to discuss, and shall resume after you take your leave.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, forgive my rudeness having interrupted. Shall you come visit us at the crossroads again soon, O knight?
Sporadic visits are a possibility, especially after the House of Hades is entirely restored. Although my wish is for my children to be wholly independent of my influence.
Okay, well she has like 5 children in the crossroads.
Many mothers must feel the same way.
So, I assume I guess she's referring to all of them collectively.
I do not know their feelings, only mine.
Okay. More info unlocked about Nyx. Desires only your continued service to the realm. We do not ever gift stuff to Nyx. Okay, that's helpful context. That confirms that she definitely does not give the final keepsake. Except... Hold on. Can we gift her?
I wish to make an offering to you, O knight, for always concealing the crossroads where I grew up, for the nocturnal arms, and all the many other gifts you bestowed.
I think she's about to reject us, just based on how there wasn't one of those graphics at the bottom for the number of hearts you need.
I thank you for this, child, and may the nocturnal arms long serve you as a keepsake of sorts from me. The Witch of the Crossroads says you wield them with skill and grace.
She's like, well, I don't have an actual keepsake to give you, but metaphorically speaking, you could consider all of the weapons to be keepsakes, in which case you owe me, not the other way around.
She does she?
Alright, so, did we just throw away a nectar for nothing? Possibly, but we'll take it. Alright, as for chaos, I think I am going to hold back, given how we did just gift, perhaps for no good reason. But, well, we learned some things. We now know what happens if you gift to Nyx, but we'll save our remaining nectars.
conversation with the goddess Nyx. My mark is yours as always, but I bid you leave us afterward. Though take her evaluation, for we can wait.
And they didn't really talk about what Chaos and Nyx are discussing, but given how we've never seen Nyx here before, one would think that it's something pretty darn important. Okay, so let's see. We take extra damage afterward, we get magic restoration. We take damage every time we do an attack, but afterward our special gets ginormous damage. We can't earn gold for 4 encounters, but then we get a bunch of elemental effects, which can help for infusions. Usually, I say no to these, especially when it's for what is potentially our most important skill, but 90% special damage is insane, so I think I'm going to do it. Okay, and I'm going to go here, and it's going to be a lot of cast, probably, and some special as well. Which does probably mean that we are going to end up losing our dress quite soon, but, you know, it has served us well. So, while we're at it, it would be really helpful if you did anything at all, really. I didn't think that was asking much. And then another one of them spawns in. More than just one of those guys spawns in. That's a bad place to be stuck.
Scouts are up.
Just playing it slow and steady. And also not pressing the special button in part because whenever I take one of those boons that makes me take damage from using a specific skill, I immediately start to question, wait, what is the button again that activates that? Am I about to accidentally do damage to myself? Yeah, possibly. This guy just really wants to shield himself every time I go in to attack him. That's extremely frustrating. There we go. Okay. Bones there, max magic. Ooh, we have to go here. Because speaking of prophecies and achievements, although it is tempting, especially when we have the extra gold earning potential to go in here, Narcissus, we did an incantation for him several runs ago that was supposed to resolve whatever issue you would describe him as suffering from. But we've yet to encounter him since then, so we have yet to see that through all the way. So let's definitely go here, and in either case, it's a room where, once again, no enemies, and we're just going in and getting extra gold from it. We still have the dress intact. So it's really adding up now.
Just all of it. It's too much. It's never enough. You know?
So is Echo down here? We've seen him up in, or I guess down, in the next floor with Echo before. I'm not sure we've ever seen Echo here, though. Oh, the waters are clear. Whereas previously they were all muddied, and that was, in theory, one of the reasons why he was so down. Okay, I don't think we're gonna give it to him, though.
Whoa, look! The waters are all clear. You don't know how glad I am to see me. You must have done your thing. I'd give you a hug or something, but I wouldn't want you to take it the wrong way.
Yanni?
Excellent. So then the purification worked out after all. Echo must have taken whatever you said to heart. Perhaps you're not as hopelessly self-absorbed as I feared.
Not sure I'm ready to go that far just yet.
Say what? I'm sorry, I was just... Yeah, I mean, just look at this. The chin, the turn of the cheek. Have you ever seen anything like it? Tell Echo I said hi. But as a friend.
Okay. Trust deepened. Sure. Okay, we receive a palm slice and some crafting resources that are not especially useful to us. Palm slice, what, on the cast would probably be the most helpful? Receive the fate fabric, which we purchased a whole bunch of. We don't have as much of a need for it anymore. Healing and ashes. And this is why you see I have oftentimes found myself skipping Narcissus, because these are not very good. I think it is this just because of the palm slice. I mean, yeah, there are probably some things beyond just the big Arcana card that we were getting all the Fate Fabric for, that we could still use the Fate Fabric for in addition to that, and the rerolls, they help to a certain extent, but I don't know, I guess we'll take this.
Take it.
Prophecy fulfilled, okay, yes. That is from finishing the subplot with Narcissus, and I hope we do encounter Echo on this run, and we can see how things are going on her end. Supernova, it's the same thing! Every palm slice has hit this. Well, I guess at least for now, when we are spamming the cast, it is good for that. It is a mini-boss, which without the ability to attack is going to be a bit of a problem. But here we go. See which one it is. We very likely lose our armor now. I can get... Oh, that's a good spot too. Double dip. Whoa, okay. What are you doing? Doing the splitting projectiles? I stood in a very bad place for that. Yep. There goes the armor. Alright. Well, it's nice while we had it. As I said, we did get a lot of good value out of it. We do... that was atrocious. I admittedly did not realize your area of effect was that large, but I also just was not really paying attention. Because what I was thinking about was, I was just about to say, we do still have the downside of the chaos. So, we can't forget about that. Okay, well that's unfortunate timing. So although, yes, our whole concern about potentially not playing it safe enough and losing our armor is no longer a factor, we can still find ourselves taking a bunch of extra damage. If we are to use our attack. Next, here. I would say once we get you armorless, it'd be easy to take you down, but that would require that I remember what button is the special button. I'm pretty sure I know, but it's just one of those things where the more you think about it, the more you're like, do I know? He also has way less life than he does armor, so we're probably just gonna, at this point, do that. We've done the hard part. Okay. We did lose the armor, but we did get through here without having to worry too much about taking the extra damage from chaos. And then this... Extra rarity on Demeter.
A proper garden must be carefully maintained. So it shall be with your underworld as I see it, Flower. If there exists some lingering influence from Kronos, let us root it out.
Is that a dad joke? Does it count as a grandma joke in your case? You can get the magic restoration. Ooh. I do like this a lot, though. Let's take that. Okay, then I think, again, we're talking a little bit of life versus a little bit of magic. I don't think it makes a huge difference either way, and just for the sake of getting the bones, we'll go this route. Oh dear. It is nice when you all walk into this, which, by the time it is done, does have an absolutely humongous area of effect. Oh, these guys now. Okay. Wish you could get rid of your armor in one hit. That's okay. Still turns into very good crowd control. There we go.
Silence.
Say that, say that to Skilla, see what she thinks. We do have Moonbeam, so we very much do want to go here. Yeah, we could fight more enemies and get more options, but I think we want to cash this in either way, and once we're done with this, we'll have the Chaos Boon evolving. That's a lot of them. Like, a whole lot of them. Fortunately, that did get rid of them, but I'm afraid there are more where they came from. Excuse me. Might even hit you. Yep. By the time it's done expanding, there is a fishing spot there as well. Okay, so yeah, as much as I kind of
Something changed about my chaos boon.
made fun of how the palm slices kept on rolling here, it legitimately is a very good combination with the Hephaestus cast. Okay, one moment while we get this.
Prepare, fishy. That's a bite.
There we go.
It's a stockfin.
Okay. And so we can hear Scylla humming now, and we've talked about this many times before. The closer you get, the more prominent that becomes. However, what I've never really noticed was Scylla does have several songs that she rotates between. Is the song that you hear leading up to Scylla the one that you will eventually hear in the actual Scylla encounter, or do sometimes those things mismatch? Because if they do match, then that's really clever. I guess it would make sense.
Behold the stars.
Okay, so here is the duo boon potential. And this is right. This is another achievement we can potentially get here. I think, if we are remembering correctly, to, well, I mean, there aren't really any other enemies you could do until the very end. You could summon one of the mini fishies. And I don't know if it was, on at least one occasion, I think we accidentally summoned one of the Charybdis tentacles when we were doing the rival Scylla, but this is normal Scylla that we're about to fight, so that's not even a possibility. So I feel like it's just about guaranteed in this case, which is in part why I'm surprised that we don't have it yet. So we definitely want to go here. What about these sides? This is not a hex that I think is very important to have startup supercharged. So you have to kill an enemy first anyway. Let's go this way then. This, do this. We'll get an extra time in boss encounters, then we have 4 to work with, which means we could get here. They take some of the damage for us. That is kind of nice. And then we could also take this. They last indefinitely. That's really useful. Okay, so I really like the pathing that we got here. It's kind of lucky. Let's see. Another chaos right after this one evolved. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm pretty tempted to take it. I think I will. And then we'll just be very mindful of what the downside is, considering that that will definitely be active for the Scylla fight. Ooh. Fortunately, it will not be active for this fight. And just to confirm, okay, yes. The special button was the button that I expected it to be. As I said, I just was very much second guessing and triple guessing and quadruple guessing myself. Okay. So there's chaos. Right on top of all this stuff. We have to take Hera first, because Hera is a nightmare when you make her mad.
You made the right move.
Okay. We can get her attack. I don't really want her attack, to be honest with you. This, man, just have her cast it absolutely everything in existence. Sure.
Was it something I said or did? Or perhaps you don't respect my power, even when it's turned against you thus?
You know...
Well, here we go.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not gonna have you turn your power against us too much here. Our cast might have something to say about that. These encounters usually are longer than other ones. I'm surprised that, yeah, that hasn't come up yet, though. Okay, so you are a super godsend. Oh, that was bad. I didn't even see what it was that hit us. I was not really paying any attention. I was just kind of moseying about, going in circles. And then I doubled back, and that's why Apollo hit us. Okay. So yeah, took a little bit of damage there and wasted a block, unfortunately, but it was technically a more dangerous room, what with it being 2 gods in here.
I let frustrations get the best of me, but that entertaining spectacle shook me out of it.
Okay, so I would like your attack. Either normal rarity, and we'll bump up it with the Narcissus on the next floor, and to this floor, really. Or just give us epic rarity right off the bat. Or give us this. I don't... I recognize the name, honestly. I don't remember us taking it before. I don't remember the effects of it before. But that looks really good if we are to go back to spamming the charge version. Okay, we can skip... Oh. Yeah, this is the penultimate room. I don't remember if you can actually go straight from Chaos directly into a boss encounter, or if it'll basically forcefully give us an extra room to give us either a shop or one of the free palms or other boons. Because I would like the opportunity to still buy more stuff at the shop. And there's a chance that we might get the optional fight, because it seems like that tends to show up on the second floor for whatever reason. But we're doing this. It won't hurt this time. Not directly, at least. But it could very well hurt us by the time we are out of here. So let's see.
Chaos, I heard your call.
Definitely may reroll, depending on what our options are. Location reward, hidden. Afterward, we restore magic. I mean, this one is pretty safe. We take damage, we get stunned. After we gain more gold, I mean, we have to. We have to. I know that's bad. I know the downside of that is very bad. We do get an extra room, though. That's quite nice. This one, and it's for 4 encounters, okay. So against the boss in particular, that could be really nasty. But let's go here. Okay, I feel like there's a decent chance that,
Golly, get it.
Did we skip a shop
Thanks, little one.
early on this floor? For some reason, I feel like we did. Maybe not. If we did, then I feel like that would have been the one that had the optional encounter in it, because it seems like it tends to happen exclusively on the second floor, both on the surface and in the underworld. At least the 2 times that it has happened. And it happens not in the penultimate room, but in an earlier shop. Maybe just a coincidence, but the 2 times when it's happened, that has been the case. Okay, so I don't think we have great boons to upgrade. Well, this is something we'd like to upgrade, and I don't know that we want the attack boon from Hephaestus, as I later realized. My first impression, oh yeah, sure, big slow hitting attack, use Hephaestus. No, because once we do this, it's pretty quick, eventually. So yeah, I want this, especially because we got the Chaos boon that gives us huge special damage wherever it is. I've probably now gone over it several times. It's there somewhere. Just trust me. This also obviously has been very good, but I'm gonna go with this.
Felt that for sure.
Take this.
In the name of Hades.
Ooh, how many earth boons do we have? We have 3, which is 15% damage. As I said, don't really want this, so potential to get a lot more value from that long term if we can get more earth boons, and again, it's a percentage upgrade, which means it can work really well when you already have high base damage. So take this because we can afford it, and we have more coin earning potential than usual, and we'll get even more coin earning potential once this evolves. We are stunned when we get hit, so we do need to be very careful about that, which means, yeah, technically spamming the cast like we did against Hecate might still be the safest route, as tempting as it may be to now use our special a whole bunch and our charged attack. Oh, almost forgot about this guy.
Let's get you someplace safe.
There we go.
Rest easy now.
Okay. So yeah, it's normal skilla though, which the difference is so huge.
Look here. If I may ask, who made you this way, Skilla? Because my understanding is that you weren't always, well, the way you are.
That's quite the question, and I don't know the answer to that.
Entirely self-made. Thank you, lady. I think I'm going to attribute all my talent to somebody else. A wizened songmaster who taught me all I know.
Your musical talents being innate doesn't surprise me. I'm asking, how did you become a sea monster? Weren't you the victim of a curse?
See, that's the thing, is when... Yeah, When I read about Scylla in the Odyssey, I did not realize she was a siren. I thought she was a sea monster. I thought she was more like a six-headed sea dragon of some sort. So, yeah, and I guess I don't know if I read anything about how she came to be like that. I just kind of assumed that she was always that way, but apparently that might not be the case.
Oh, something you wouldn't understand is, the more famous you get, the more they're going to say about you. Because they're jealous. I let all of it roll off my shell. No good artist lets a random lie or insult get to them.
Alright, Scylla.
This song's called I Am Gonna Claw. Out your eyes and drown you to death.
Yeah, this is the one that we heard, I think, previewed as we were on our way over. So that does check out. Okay, good stuff. And as I've said before, I think this is my favorite of their songs. I would like to focus on the drummer to the extent possible. Ooh, yep, because eventually we will find ourselves trapped in a corner like this. Oh, that was close. That was supposed to be the thing that was going to finish off the drummer, and then she still lived. It's a little disappointing. Otherwise, she's going to start doing stuff like this. I should have left her a parting gift, because I knew she was about to do that too. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Roxy! Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, why aren't you letting me use the hex? What gives? Ooh, excuse me. Are we not allowed to summon the drummer? Are we only allowed to summon you? Hello. The time where I thought we had done it in the past, I'm pretty sure it was the guitarist. So maybe for whatever reason you're not allowed to get the drummer? That seems strange. Get both of them? Don't block that, Scylla. Oh, what? Excuse me? I've never noticed that animation actually involves her jumping off the edge of the map and just diving into the water. Just assume she always teleported. Nothing fancy like that. Oh, that's got a place to get stuck. Just barely avoided it. Okay, now it's just Scylla. But you're still not letting me summon. What gives? I was so looking forward to summoning them. Oh, it's because technically they haven't died yet. That's why. They're immune, but that's just because they're at half health. They're, waiting to phase. That's the reason. That makes sense. I am trying, as you can probably tell, I'm more or less exclusively using the cast because it is the safest. I mean, against Scylla alone, maybe it's... There's still... maybe there are not always opportunities to sneak in, even when you think there might be. That spot. Can that please? Nope. Please don't stun me. There we go. Okay. Now. Whoa! We try not to get hit by this. It goes in a circle, and I have not picked the best way to avoid it. Let's do this. You can see why I am concerned about her continuing to do this. Oh dear. just dash back into that. Is it going to be enough to take out the drummer? Not sure that it is. Does not appear so. I think she's low, though. Get out of there. Okay, now she's down, which means I can do this, which should be the achievement. There it is. Okay, I swear we've done that before. Oh, it's actually the... Oh, no, it is the drummer. Okay. For a second, I thought it was the guitars. Oh, those are ours now. Okay. I was like, why is that still happening? I don't understand. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, because I think we did get the guitars. We did not get the drummer. I think I probably tried to get the drummer when we last did this. That still messes with me so much to see those and not have to run away. I could hex here, but no, we're gonna keep it as the drummer, I think. I think I like her more than the guitarist. Okay, now, how's it gonna do against all these guys? That's an interesting question. And she lasts indefinitely as well with the upgrades that we got, which is very useful. There we go. All right. We are just checking off achievements right and left here.
I hate her.
I don't know what you're talking about. She's great. It took us a while to get the hang of that fight, in large part because of the drummer. It took us a while to figure out how she worked. Once we did, it became a much more positive experience, and I still think that, you know, she has, up there with Dora, possibly the best writing in the game. And we can see, since we've summoned the drummer this time, and she's on our team, and she lasts indefinitely, we can more safely observe what she has going on with her set here. And she has a variety of drums, really. I don't remember that clam there. Is that the symbol? Well, she does have some other symbols as well. But okay, I think we are good to go now. That means we're one room closer to finishing Chaos. I mean, that was just the first room of Chaos. It took us a while because we played it very safely. We don't need that at the moment. We don't have anything to Narcissus here, which means we have some flexibility to go with whatever keepsake we would like. It could be the Echo Stone, the Concave Stone. That's potentially the best option for us, or if we really wanted to, we could get extra magic. I don't know how useful that really is, though. So, yeah, if we're looking for anything, I mean, technically this gives us a little bit more power, even beyond this floor. Let's go Echo Stone. Then we'll do this. Then we might be a little strapped for cash if we want to buy stuff here. I don't know. It's unlikely to last all the way to the penultimate room, so it would probably only pay for itself if we got an early shop as well. I think we just save our cash.
Out of here.
All right. Ooh. Speaking of cash, we do already have some extra gold earning potential. We will have more still once the Chaos Moon evolves, and obviously the hammer is quite welcome as well. Let's try to get the bow first. Okay, I do see you. That gave us 36 gold. It's nice. Okay, please don't stun me, bro. That was closer than it should have been. Okay, speaking of gold, this is not going to... The Chaos Boon is not going to evolve in this room, so that's not really a factor, at least when it comes to optimizing for when we pick up that stuff. I'm surprised that still hit, to be honest with you. I was trying to dash away because I wasn't sure if I was going to get hit.
Golly, fetch. Well done.
There's a lot of enemies there. The first guy that we summon will be the super one from the God Sent version of the Hex, which... Okay, that's really frustrating, but I mean, that is how those work, of course, so That was to be expected, that potential outcome. It was avoidable, but frustrating nonetheless how those guys can combine so effectively. Okay, so now we've gotten all the small stuff. I think we will still go gold first again, because it's not going to activate... Chaos Boon is not going to activate in this area. Okay, remember, we can still get stunned. You still need to be careful. Ooh, yup. There we go. Okay, so we get this. It's 130. Then this. Ooh. These guys do have a melee attack as well, even if they're most notable for the projectile traps that they throw. Excuse me, sir? There we go.
All laid to rest.
Didn't really need the Hex, as it turned out. Just waiting to see if we were going to get one of the mini-bosses showing up. Okay, attack is 30% faster. That could be incredible. Treks further ahead and deals a ton more damage with the special. That's tempting, but this is one of the unique ones that can only be applied to this aspect. Your attack hits 2 times, but the 5-strike sequence becomes only the first slam. Oh, it's similar. It's basically, there is a normal axe hammer upgrade that's like this. It's basically just the equivalent of that for this specific aspect. And I don't like it. I think both of these could be much better. We do not yet have an attack boon. However, I thought there was something that made it seem like the attack boon might have had more long-term potential, or am I just making that up? No, the special, if anything, because we have the Chaos Boon that's giving us 90% special damage. Maybe it was just the charged attack that I really liked. Oh, yes. Maybe I was thinking of this, but that also affects the charged special. I think it is probably this. We'll have to make more of a point of doing. Ooh. The special, at least once this Chaos Boon evolves, but the Chaos Boon has not yet evolved. So it feels like this is probably not a great time to do this, even if it is kind of tempting. And it is also Hermes, who it's a little late to benefit from even more gold earning potential. Actually, that's the one that we got from the onset. The one that allows us to purchase extra things from shops would probably be the most helpful at this stage, or other stuff that makes us faster. So yeah, there's still plenty to be had from Hermes that would be beneficial. And after this, we might see Echo, which means we should probably do Hermes second. And this... yeah, we should do it now. Supernova again! Honestly, at this point, the probability is insane. The probability of that happening. This one we controlled. We've had 4 random palm slices hit this. And at this point, we have enough upgradable boons that for that to happen 4 times in a row is a bit of a statistical anomaly. Oh, this room is very small. Okay. Like, very, very small. Okay, so we do this. Speaking of palms. Oh, yep. There's that hesitation before anything happened. I knew something was about to go down.
Take your gold as soon as I wrap this up. Here comes the reckoning.
Come on, then.
Please don't stun me. This is a bad time for me to get stunned. This will probably help. I would like to believe, at least, that it would help. I can't tell which one is from ours and which one is from the enemy, but okay, we beat her.
Withstood that
Chaos Boon evolves, and she does give us gold. I don't know if we got the Chaos Boon extra gold. I think technically we didn't. We just got the extra gold from Hermes, but that's alright. It is extra gold nonetheless. And here, no. I refuse. Let's see. I think it's this. All that stuff was going to positively affect our cast one way or another. That was the main way that it was going to affect us. Okay, let's go... Yeah. Now, there's else here. And although we can Hex again, we don't really want to. Because it will not be God Sense. And this enemy that we've summoned, this minion that we've summoned, he is going to last indefinitely unless she takes so much damage that she goes down that way. Oh, and right, we can actually not worry about being stunned anymore, which means that is huge, that area of effect, and the damage should be ginormous. And if we could make the charge stuff even faster still,
Hear me on my authority.
That could be incredible. More damage when we kill enemies quickly. Dodge chance based on boons. This is what I was eyeing, though. This is what I was thinking. Because we have so much coin earning potential now, that this means we could buy an insane number of things. I think we do this. And Echo Stone, Concave Stone definitely could activate, in which case, honestly... Oh, we can't control, we realize. We cannot control which one it gives us. But I'm fine with either of these. Let's guarantee this. And then... Okay, you gave us the one that does extra damage, I think, when we kill enemies quickly? Yes. Okay, that's fine. Mini-boss or Echo. Definitely going Echo, I think. Technically, yes, we did resolve the whole Narcissus plotline by speaking to Narcissus, but Echo is the other end of that, and so probably would still like to go to her, even if this is kind of tempting, given how it does mean... Ooh. Does mean now that we no longer have the Chaos Boon, we can test out just how strong this special is, so I guess we can always do that against Cerberus. Fine, if you say so. Oh, and then you can be compelled.
Be not afraid.
It's a pretty quick one. There we are. Alright.
Echo, I have to talk to you.
Okay. We cannot give it to her. Now seems not the time.
I have to talk to you, to talk to you, to talk to you.
So we saw brief moments when it seemed like her curse was weakening, and she was no longer... Or I can't remember if she still was only able to repeat everything we said, or if it was just that her voice sounded different. So I'm a little surprised, now that we've resolved things with Narcissus, that she is not suddenly better as well, though maybe she will be by the time we finish this conversation.
I was able to assist Narcissus with a certain plight, and you seem to have let go of him yourself. But as for you, the way you are, I sense that you don't ever want to change.
Oh.
Don't ever want to change. I don't ever want to change. I don't ever want to change.
Oh. She changed that. We said, you don't ever want to change. She repeated, don't ever want to change. Then she threw in I. So technically, although she's saying she wants to stay this way, she did just buck the trend a bit there, for what might technically be the first time.
We each are cursed with our experiences. I am nothing without mine. Thank you for reflecting my thoughts and sharing your feelings, Echo. But are you alright to remain here?
Alright to remain here. Alright to remain here. Alright to remain.
Okay, she did not modify anything that time. So I'm gonna be honest. Trust has deepened, but I'm a little disappointed. Because that feels like a bit of a cop-out. I kind of get, from a development standpoint, why you might need to make the encounter stay as similar as possible pre and post resolving her issue with Narcissus. But at the same time, it does feel very unsatisfying for Narcissus to have made some kind of improvements, and then for Echo to just give no reason as to why she's gonna stay cursed forever, when she seemingly had more of a problem than Narcissus did. So, like, great, Narcissus can actually look at himself in his reflecting pool now. not sure that really makes a huge difference, but Echo seemingly had a much bigger problem. So for her to be the one who doesn't get her problem fixed is kind of frustrating. After you switch keepsakes, you also gain the basic effect of concave stone. I do not remember having seen this, but apparently we have taken it before. I think this is the last one that we need from Echo to get her prophecy. And so, since this is a no-fear run, you could argue this is a good time to break that out. On the other hand, getting another Hermes boon is really tempting. It's gonna take, I don't know what it's gonna take to convince me to go out of my way to go with this. I guess we'd have to have some other run where we do not already have a great build, but we still feel confident we can finish the run, so maybe we don't have any fear on it, so we say, why not? We'll just go with the prophecy. I don't know. I still want this. I want Hermes. Maybe if the
best.
Oh? Maybe, I did not catch what we said that led to that, but maybe if the thing that gets duplicated is not good, and whatever the other option is also isn't great, then we'd opt for the one that we haven't taken yet, but this is probably the main one. Oh, except this one. Okay. Charge cast is faster? No, that's not what we're looking for. It's either of these, really. Ooh, that's actually a tough choice. If we want to just... I think the reason why I wanted to focus on the attack was just because the animation is hilarious. So, this is intriguing to sustain the normal attack combo more frequently, more easily. And I guess that's another reason why it made sense to skip that hammer upgrade that would have disrupted the combo there. But in terms of pure gameplay, yeah, this is probably better. Okay, fine. I think that's the boring option, but I'll do it. Then, okay, we do get... has the Chaos Moon evolved yet, actually? Wait a second. The Chaos Curse? Yes, it has. Oh. Oh, right. I remember. In the Nemesis encounter. So we get crazy, I mean crazy gold at this point. So it is kind of tempting to say any and every opportunity we get to get gold, we should take it. On the other hand, it does feel like this room is better, primarily because of Selene. Can we still justify this, though? I mean, you could argue we're going to get enough gold even without going to gold rooms, so we can basically skip all the gold rooms at this point. We don't have that much left to go in the run, though, so... I guess we'll do this, in part because we have gotten the biggest things we were looking for from the Selene Hex. Yes, we certainly could still benefit from upgrading it further, but it is already very good. Okay, so now Echo is no longer a factor, which means we can take these in whatever order we'd like. So, probably gonna go with the Hera first, but maybe I'll just attack some people first. Okay, I know you're gonna do that. Then I'm gonna do this. That is so silly. That had enough range? Okay, that's really frustrating. The first one, I legitimately just didn't think they were in range to hit me. To the point where it felt kind of cheap that they did. Oh, we get a little Selene here. A free little Selene. So I guess that's a bit of a consolation for having not chosen to go that route. That's not a great place to place that. These guys, the ones with armor in particular, are really annoying. Because they have a lot of area of effect. They obviously have the magnet effect. But usually what happens is you just need to stun lock them a bit. And that's how you take them out without actually taking damage from them. But when they have armor, you can't really do that anymore. Oh, I did not see you at first. Okay, now we do this. I think this is just 1 point? Yeah. Alright, well, is there anything that intrigues us? Extra damage after we do the Hex. Servant deals more damage. Servant moves and attacks faster. This one's really good. Servant gets the revenge damage boons. I don't think we have a revenge boon yet, so let's set up for the extra speed, because that can be really good as well. And now... I'm just going to get rid of you. Oh, also there is a little upgrade here. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. So now... I'm not going to do that first. I'm going to do this.
Mourners.
Do have that... Oh, we have the Berserk right now. But we also have the hammer upgrade that we got first that gives us the extra value when we do a dash attack. Which now we can actually do that to a certain extent, at least. I guess that was maybe to a certain extent the reason to go with the attack boon stuff. Although it's still not as fun as just this. This is the thing that I wanted to build around as much as possible. And we still don't have an attack boon. That could change here. Proper upbringing, we do not yet have the requirements for it. It also wouldn't do anything right now. Do we just accept this as our attack boon, even if it's maybe not the one we would ideally be working with? The hitch does functionally give us some area of effect, which is kind of nice. I think I'm still taking this, though. And it is an earth boon, which means... I didn't see if the attack one was, but we are powering up the infusion here. I guess we'll take this now. Nope, don't hit me. I'm once again saving the hex on this room until we see if there's a mini-boss. Yep. I kind of just chose not to care about that that time. Alright. Get the magic. And now this... Not seeing any of the mini-boss... Well, the single mini-boss-esque enemy, the one that releases mini-boss in the first war. We might have seen it on this run. The one that shoots all the thorns at you. Uses pin missile. I don't know who I just got most recently. Apparently it was you. Get him! There we are. Okay. So now this, rather than being 100, is 210 gold.
I can get out now.
And we can do... Okay, definitely doing this. Okay, lots of stuff here.
Oh.
Get that. Get this.
All yours, Golly.
It is kind of strange that it is slower to have Golly pick that up than it is to just pick it up ourselves. Okay, so the first thing we buy, we are going to get a duplicate copy of. It kind of, sort of. It may or may not always be the same category, but we'll do that. It also is slightly discounted, so we'll do this.
Accept this message.
And, okay, we at least get a higher version of the attack boon if we do end up going this route here. Otherwise, magic restoration, I mean, yes, it would help with the channel moves, the charge-up moves. This is a decent magic restoration boon, so I wouldn't be that opposed to it. I guess we take this. Okay, and it's another Hera. Sure.
This one, please.
And this one makes something heroic and gives it +3 levels. We're doing it. Rousing reception. Oh. Okay, our cast just annihilates enemies as soon as they enter the encounter. Now let's go here. We get more Selene. So we can get the extra speed, which is really nice. And then if we want to, we can do this as well, even though we don't have any revenge boons as of yet. This helps us charge up a little bit. As I said, it's not a huge deal with this hex, but let's see. Well, you're gonna get it one way or another. What even is this one again? Deals big bursts of damage first time they hit. I mean, in long encounters, that's not a huge deal. Honestly, might go for this instead. This plus this. This does absolutely nothing right now. I don't think we have Revenge Boon, so yeah, I am gonna do that. And then I am half tempted to take this, just for the sake of collecting more bones, because we likely can afford it. I know we don't have a ton of time to benefit from our extra gold earning potential, so maybe we hold off for now, I guess. Worst comes to worst, if we have a lot of gold at the end, we'll spend a bunch on the crafting resource that we are likely to see in the super shop. This is normal Cerberus, so I'd like to believe we can get through this encounter. Been a while since we fought normal Cerberus, but we now have big boons of basically every category. I'm curious just how much damage their special does. Grab a charge special. A lot is the answer. And we are berserked. Hold on. Spam it! I think the attack is probably better in berserk than the special is, to be honest with you. It's easier to spam. Oh, the charge attack was also really good because it's easier to set up the berserk. That's another reason why I really liked it. Yeah, no, this is insane. I do wish we had taken the Hermes boon that increased the speed of the basic attack, rather than doing the one that increased the charge-up moves, but still. Speaking of which... Oh, we don't have the magic for that. Okay, never mind. Got a little too aggressive, I suppose, with the magic early on. Cerberus at this rate is probably going to come back before we, finish taking these guys out. I don't know who I got most recently. It definitely was not the guy who turns invisible. It was one of the projectile shooting dudes, which is probably not who we wanted to get, but here we go. He is hitting. He has multi-shot. Okay. I guess that's a little better than I was giving credit for. This is flamethrower. Get him. Spam the attack. It was hard to see in the corner, but it worked.
His coat all matted still with gaping soles. The Hound of Hell, nevertheless, seems satisfied.
That's pretty dark. His coat is technically... Oh, gosh. I mean, it is the underworld. It is Cerberus.
You're free again, for now.
Okay, so we get this. We do get these guys, the gemstones, even if we're not getting any nightmare on this run. That looked like something to pick up for a second. Okay. So let us proceed. Doesn't look like there's anything else. He's just vibing. This dude, he's just dancing. Okay, so now, final floor, we need to get to the Kronos fight to finish this prophecy, which would be the last prophecy of the various hidden aspects, the ones that give us bonuses from getting to Kronos with them. Okay, and we've gotten the benefits from you, so we could take one of the more boss-centric ones if we'd like. We did just see we ran out of magic. Given how this is just a normal Kronos fight and no other fear to worry about, we could use this as an opportunity to go a little bit more unconventional approach and potentially level this up one more time, max it out. So I wouldn't necessarily rule that out. Is there anything else along those lines that we might consider? I mean, this is actually extra damage against Kronos. You know, that could be worth throwing on. Sure. So rare that we've used this, I think only in a single Chaos trial. But it happens to match up with the enemy we're looking for, and likely will rank up before we get there. So,
very well.
Again, percentage damage boosts on attacks that already do a lot of damage. That does help. And technically, if we buy stuff here, we will get a duplicate copy of something, so that's kind of interesting. I don't really care about this. This will definitely expire before we get to Kronos, but we'll go for it. And then this... Ooh. If we go straight to Kronos, this would still be active. If we don't, it very likely will not be. If we see... well, I guess I was going to say if we see Hades and Persephone, our parents, then that would help, because that's one encounter that doesn't have enemies in it, so it doesn't count toward this number. except it also doesn't progress you toward reaching Kronos anyway, so it doesn't really factor in. So the timing is really unfortunate. I don't think it really does anything for us. And I think we're keeping all these guys. We're just heading down. Saving all of our money for the super shop. If we see a mini shop with that upgrade partway through this floor, then it would likely still be active for the super shop at the end, and that would become much more meaningful.
Just a few chambers to the house.
Okay. Let's see. What will we run into?
So even these old remnant forces from Titan then?
No, Ratman. Wow, that air effect is ginormous. Just testing out the special a bit.
It's done.
Okay, so that was just a normal room, no rewards there. We can go, yes. So this is what I was also referring to, was if we took any of these rooms, then I was also going to mess with the timing of those items. I think this is definitely worthwhile, and we definitely have to take Hera first, as I've said many times before. I hate Hera when she's mad.
We're a good match.
Ooh. Wait. And gain an infusion boon? Excuse me? Instances gained per element +1. Okay. Sure. I mean, this would also be useful, but we're taking this.
If this was your attempt at humor, know that it was lost on me entirely.
Okay, we're gonna have to... I think after this encounter, we're gonna have to see what the effects of that was, because I think we just got a bazillion infusions. That's gonna have to wait until we have gotten rid of these guys. Oop. Somehow that didn't hit us? And I don't really know how, to be honest with you. Ooh, heat-seeking projectile. Hello, excuse me. I don't know who I killed most recently. Probably would like it to be one of you guys who I summoned, so there we go. In general, I think the melee enemies tend to do the best, because the projectile enemies stand a chance of just completely whipping. Speaking of melee, though, we did have our Berserk active, so it would have been nice to put that to more use. I'd love if that guy would make a point of going in here. Who is left? Another wave. There are rats. There we go.
Satisfied?
My mood's as foul as the weather as of late. Apologies for the outburst, Flower.
Alright, what do we get from you? We can get your magic restoration boon, which would be kind of helpful. We do also have absolutely ginormous casts, so this would be kind of hilarious to also have them create gusts. I don't know how much that is affected by the extra area of effect. Does it only create the gusts from the very center of the cast? Or by having a ginormous cast, does that mean functionally covering more, like 3 times more of the arena with those gusts? So for science sake, I'm intrigued by this. This is probably more practical. It also is an Earth boon, which means it helps with one of our infusions, but we may have just gotten a bunch more. So let's see. What is the deal here? When we have 8 Earth boons, we get plus 50% damage from all Olympians. This is Ares infusion, and that means taking an Earth boon here would get us to that threshold. We do not yet have it. We have Apollo's. We've already reached the threshold for this. Makes us heal back 30% of the damage that we take. This one from Poseidon we do not have. I don't remember ever having gotten this before. Well, you have at least 6 water. Whenever you would take 20 damage, you take less. Oh no, that's from Demeter, and we have seen this before. Okay. Well, we don't have enough for that. Then page 2, we already saw this. We had this originally. This was not from the legendary that we just got. But we can make this stronger still by getting another Earth boon. And then this is dodge chance based on our number of air boons, which is a lot, actually. So that's quite good as well. But I think we are taking this
I felt something.
to upgrade and activate some of our infusions. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here, and we have no choice but to proceed. Okay, Armored Ratman, not a chance. Not a chance, buddy. One moment, just wait for your heat-seeking projectile. Oh, I walked into that. I was gonna say, I would like to demonstrate how I feel about Ratman by bashing your brains out with this aspect. This is what I think of you, except, unfortunately, you were gonna hit me with that projectile if I continued to do so, so I had to cool it a little bit. Oh, let's summon you, I guess. Oh, that's not who I meant to summon, but that's okay. The encounter's over. Okay, get this. Gave us a little bit of healing as well, which we may not have needed. Oh, that's what this was pointing to.
Something yet stirs within that murky deep.
Okay, Homer.
Come on out.
So often when Homer makes a comment while we are fishing, as he has done several times before, the fish immediately turns up, so I had to resist the urge to just press the button as soon as Homer was done talking. Okay, so we'll definitely go here.
Reagent over there.
Nab this. Ooh. Admittedly, I feel like I was not paying the closest attention to whether there are any golden urns, which is bad given just how much extra value we get from them on this run. How many do we have at this stage? We have 3. I guess we can afford to give them 1.
Such a fine bottle. We graciously accept. You know, you remind me of your brother sometimes.
Why? Because we bribe people into becoming our friends by giving them nectar?
These customs that we share from those above, I ask that you not follow our traditions blindly. Such traditions may be partially responsible for the many mistakes that led us to this point.
You mean bribery is the source of all of our problems? You know, in a way, that's maybe not that far from the truth.
I share your cautious feeling about this, Father, but of the many traditions of the gods, the act of giving nectar to those we care for seems one of the better ones in my estimation.
Okay. Now let us chat.
It's really good to see you both here. Do all the satyrs and such leave you well alone?
That's an interesting question.
We're not the ones having to violate the principles of reality as we understand it, daughter. It seems my father must permit his zealous followers to run free a while longer to prevent any further misunderstandings between us.
But to answer more directly, Malinui, the satyrs and such all flee from us on sight, often with little goat-like screams.
I would love to see that.
I know that you were not so fortunate. The least your mother and I can do is prepare you for the final confrontation that awaits.
Okay, let's see. Cast, launch a projectile that seeks foes. I'm actually kind of curious just to see what that looks like when our cast is as huge as it is. Fewer reinforcements. In the Kronos fight, takes 20% damage after 3 seconds. I mean, yeah, this might be the best one, but I'm doing this one for the memes.
Granted.
Give me at least 1 for the memes. Because I would have liked to have made our base attack as fast as possible, and I passed on that earlier. So at least give me this. Ooh, okay, there are a lot of rats here, as it turns out. Because there are multiple rat men. This is what I want to do. Bash this guy. Oh, and then once the Berserk kicks in, yeah, it gets kind of insane. Okay, now I did get carried away, of course, which is what I was saying I was trying to avoid doing in the previous room, but it's fun. So sure, maybe it uses some of Golly's blocks, but that's why we brought Golly.
You test my patience.
Who is here? Yeah. Test my patience for not making yourself immediately apparent. was saying before, you can kind of proactively set that up. I probably should have been doing that more, because I kind of forgot about that. It would make it a lot easier to do this. Oh, I wanted to finish him off with a smash. Okay, we could do... it's magic. Yeah, we don't have any magic restoration yet, so there is something to be said for getting a little bit more for that reason, but hopefully we can find that through some other means. Like maybe getting magic restoration. Ooh, I don't love Apollo's magic restoration, but we'll get a boon from him. We'll try this out. If it's the coin guy, usually I'm not a fan of it. It is, though. Probably good for our coin earning potential, though. He's running away. He's running away. Yeah, I did just use all our blocks to do this. Oh, right, we heal. I forgot that we heal when we do that. When we're berserk, at least. So technically, that is another way that it kind of makes up for how you might take damage when you're charging stuff up. Grab this. Go with the special instead. Oh, I was trying to do the charge special. Not really sure what happened. That I just walked straight into that. I was not paying attention. Simply put, in part because I was like, what happened to the charge special? And that's annoying. Yes, this guy does. When this guy does hit you, he hits you very hard. So don't worry though. We'll return the favor. Now that's a guy who definitely deserves to get his metaphorical head smashed. Not sure the giant bag of money really has a head to be smashed into the pavement.
In the name of Hades.
Okay. So we can have our attack hit twice. Oh, that is fantastic. That, I wish this was super high rarity and level, because with this weapon aspect, that is an incredible combo. We have to take it. Oh, and that was an air boon, so it gives us more dodge chance from the infusion we got earlier. That is technically, originally, usually from Aphrodite. Okay, well, we're taking this, for sure. We're doing it. Ooh, well, don't dodge into their attack. That's generally not what you want to do. I guess the dodge chance does also, that we're getting from both Golly and from that infusion, does make it a little easier for us to just face tank and sometimes accept the fact that we're going to get hit by stuff like this. That's still probably not a good idea. But it is just way more fun to play it that way, I think. That hit us? It might have. I think it did. Problem with this guy is you are way faster than us. Okay, there we are. Get the palms. Get this, which would be very good. No. We skipped on one of these earlier. If we had taken that and also upgraded it here, then... Yeah, I mean, I would say it would get to a ridiculous amount. The thing is, the diminishing returns are so significant at this point that it's not even that big of a deal to throw these levels on. So definitely doing this. Okay. So now at this point... Oh, no, we do still have another room we can go into. I'm surprised. I was very much expecting for you to force us to progress this time around. Oh! And this is quite useful, because we did take some silly damage.
Let me show you the way.
Now we can get this too. This one will be fast. There we go.
See you in the crossroads?
Okay, now for you, your magic restoration could be quite useful, and we... actually, do we have a major boon from Demeter? None of the major categories are from her, are they? Well, we did get her magic restoration. I don't know if that's enough to be eligible for any of her duos.
In the name of Hades.
Well, we could get her special. Or... healing. Not especially meaningful right now. We still have 3 rerolls. Oh, this was something I was saying would be kind of interesting to see with our ginormous cast. So we could just use potentially all of our rerolls in the super shop at the very end. So it's not the worst thing to have all of them available at that point, but I am a little tempted to fish for something better here. Just not sure that we can get any absolutely amazing things, because since we don't have any major boons from Demeter, this potentially being the one exception, don't know if we're actually eligible for any of her big stuff. Might just settle for this. Do we have anything from Hera that made it so that we lose value from having a common rarity boon? We might have taken that, in which case that would be the one reason not to go that route. We took this, yes. Was there another one? You know, I don't remember. I guess I'll use a reroll just to play it safe.
Something else.
Oh. Actually, we've seen this several times before. We've always turned it down because we've always been using a tier 3 keepsake at the time. However, this is a rare opportunity for us to actually benefit from this. Let's do it. So now, we're doing 5% extra damage that we would not have otherwise been dealing to Kronos. Another optional room. I was going to say the one downside of this being a well room was that there were no enemies, so we had no extra coin earning potential. Have no fear. Your coin earning potential is here. Go get him, buddy. Oh, okay, this room is... more enemies in it than I was originally giving it credit for. Can you just go away? And there we go.
Enough of this.
And that was also just enough to get the extra rank on our Evil Eyes, so now it's max rank. It would usually be rank 2, then the rank 3 because of the duo that we just picked up. Okay, so that was a ton of gold. Yeah, and now surely we're gonna have to go straight to Kronos from here on out. Well, this is nasty. Oh my goodness. Do you see how many of these guys there are in this area? Well, I have a solution. There are still more of them. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that was actually insane. The amount of enemies they squeezed in here, and the ones that fire that projectile is about money bags. So to not take any damage in that encounter, that's quite nice. And then you see how big this damage boost got. Almost 50% from that. Don't think that's going to happen against Kronos, though.
The House of Hades.
Okay, so we have almost, not quite 3,000 gold. Basically 2,700. First thing we buy, we will get an extra copy of some variety from that, and first thing is getting a slight discount as well, so technically we should buy one of the more expensive things at the onset here. If we buy the Charon card, we're going to get another crafting resource, I would think, which doesn't excite me quite as much, although I guess you could argue, well, this is a zero fear run, you should probably just get greedy with crafting resources because you don't really need the extra firepower, but I like this weapon. I like this aspect. I want this run to be as fun as possible, so I'm taking this first. And that already gives us a Charon card right there. So we have 2 rerolls left. Let's see. Pass with the Gust. Now, at least it is not in common rarity. It's a little late for this. Early on, that could have been great. We technically do have a water infusion that we do not have enough boons for yet. I think we need to get up to 6, so I don't know if that's going to happen. We'd have to get water here. Another extra boon that shows up from the Hermes, giving us a duplicate copy of something. That turns into water boon, and then a random boon that is also available right from the onset here that we've not yet taken that also turns into water. So unlikely that's going to work, but we're going to take this nonetheless. And yeah, it's not even a boon anyway. So now we can still purchase everything, in fact. Right? 800, 1,000. Yeah, no, we have plenty of extra gold. So do this. This.
I can do this.
Do this. This might end up being the thing we want to reroll if we don't like what we see. And that could be pretty crazy, but still, I don't think that's quite enough to one-shot basic enemies when they spawn in. Certainly not one-shotting Kronos, and it's more of a sort of basic room type of boon than it is a boss room kind of boon. Yeah, as we've said before, there potentially is still something to be gained from getting this even above 100%, as you might dodge or something like that and not get the full magic restoration, but I still think that's pretty minor. So I'm going to reroll it once here. And yeah, special damage or this. We can bash the attack even faster. I know in terms of, like, pure damage scaling that might be better, but we have to. We have to. Okay, and you...
Behold your queen. We're not taking any chances, girl. For instance, we are not above having our blessings transported like common parcels, if in so doing we ensure your victory and ours.
Hey, not gonna lie, you popping up made me think you were about to give us a duo boon, which I don't think is happening. I think you're just discussing how this is a Charon boon. We are eligible for that. We don't really need it, though. We could get a water boon, but then we're one water boon shy. Deal more damage and last 5 seconds longer. Whenever a hitch-afflicted foe is slain, damage all other hitch-afflicted foes. So this is probably more meaningful just because it also boosts you, I'm thinking. Even if it's kind of similar to one of the other boons I was talking about before, it's more of a basic room kind of boon. The one we had just before this, where there are a bazillion enemies all right next to each other, would have been great for that. Less so for Kronos, but oh well.
Greater strength.
And then we do not even have the option to purchase this. We actually don't have that much life for this stage of the game, but we obviously have all of our Death Defiances, and we're getting the extra 30% damage from the keepsake, so that's all useful stuff. Okay, I think we just carry on here. Unfortunately, we have 1,000 gold at the end of the run that is going unspent, and that's a Charon card worth of gold right there alone. But it happens.
There you are.
And there we go.
May Nurgle grant this form of Zorafet still greater
Right.
might.
Another prophecy fulfilled.
As I have yet to attend one myself. It is my understanding that performances by Skilla and her Siren cohort oft leave much to be desired. Perhaps I ought to rescind my patronage.
Wow. Harsh words.
I do worry they're a bit of a sunk cost. I see the same handful of devoted listeners in their audience night after night, but no real signs of growth.
I can't tell if that's supposed to be a pun or not. that might be a pretty... Yeah, that probably qualifies as a pun. Sunk cost. I mean, Oceanus is below the surface.
Well, my girl, a small devoted audience is not at which to scoff. I myself started with but a few Satyr devotees, and look how far I have come.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Or does it say Evil Eye every time we hit him? That's gonna be kind of annoying, not gonna lie. That's been a great time to bash him. Circle, I very nearly dashed straight into it. Scan this. There really isn't any reason not to use the Hex now, I guess. Sure. We'll save maybe the other one. Yeah, also because you just persist.
My subjects have been waiting for this.
I'll have that now. Oh. Hold on. No. That was the window. Oh, that I could have actually just stood there for that because he was doing that. Razor blade, whatever you want to call it. Not gonna lie, the cast now going where we aim it has led me to miss so many times. I dashed straight into that. Unfortunately, when we do hit twice, it only says ×2. It doesn't actually repeat the animation or anything like that. Also, speaking of attacking twice, you can now do that yourself, Kronos. Or 3 times. Okay, this is where I want to... No! You ruined the opportunity. I was looking forward to that. I was waiting for that moment. I'll do a little bit of special. It's not as fun. Oh, now we have a different enemy who we're going to summon. I think it actually is a better enemy to summon for what it's worth. I'll do that at the beginning of the next phase. Oh, that was a silly way to use resistance, but okay, here we go. Phase 2. Okay, I'm going to wait until after the clock. This time, so it doesn't immediately die. Then we bring you out. Oh, that's unfortunate timing. That's also unfortunate timing. Dash through, except it's still gonna be right. That's probably gonna hit as well. I'm surprised that it did not. That's 1,000 damage? Just from, what was, that was the, just the cast. Okay. Oh, that might have been coming from our summon. No, no, I don't care. I have to bash your head in. No! There we go. As he's trying to charge up the clock phase, I won't have it.
Are you able to resist?
Alright, so as I said, this was a zero fear run, so I guess you could say we had zero fears going into this run in a way, and the weapon aspect is a ton of fun. My only disappointment was that we didn't get it. I wish we had more opportunities to just spam the attack button. Just watch that animation clobber enemies to death. But I suppose we did it at the end there against Kronos at the very last phase.
Death to Kronos, was it?
Oh.
My kin, be damned.
Harsh. But also it wasn't time flows freely forth.
For what you did to this house.
Hand of Hera. I guess we did have a lot of Hera boons. And with the Hera legendary, got a whole bunch of elements as well.
Gemstones from the earth.
I don't think there was anything else in here besides this, of course. Bring you out for good measure. Hey, you want to come back to the crossroads? Is he still going to be friendly when we bring him back to the crossroads? Okay, maybe this was a bad idea. I just wanted to do this to as many enemies as possible, basically. And I wanted to make that as fast as possible, just to make the animation as hilarious as possible. And we did to a certain extent, but it just left me wanting more.
Imagine now a tale which has such an epic scope that the conclusion to the whole affair is nowhere to be found. For each great challenge that the heroine surmounts, another slightly different one awaits.
Okay, that actually brings a good point up. So we finished this run. I'm going to date this recording a bit when I say this, potentially. We do have a bit of a backlog, in case you didn't know. But there apparently, I did not even realize this, apparently there has been more work being done on the ending, the true ending of the game. So it seems, this was news to me, but I just saw an update earlier today from the developers saying that, so there you go. Now you can see the day of this recording. But they were saying that there's more that they were adding to the true ending that we have theoretically yet to see. There's technically some kind of beta or something along those lines that you can volunteer to sign up for to see that. I don't know if we're going to do that, or we might just wait for it to come out, in part because, again, there's a pretty large backlog, so I might just wait for it to come out for reals. But the way that Homer described the end of the run there kind of seemed to hint at, like, hey, yeah, you made it to the end, but it sounded a bit like the early access when Homer gave some lame excuse for why you aren't getting the full experience at the end of the run, which might explain why, after we defeat Kronos and Typhon as well, we are no longer going up to the Palace of Olympus, nor are we going into the House of Hades. So maybe that's the reason, and once that has been implemented, we will see that full ending. I'm just kind of surprised that they would leave something as significant as that out of the game at full release, when that was something they were deliberately holding back, or they were deliberately keeping the game in early access. So why not just extend the early access a bit more? Maybe they messed up their timing a bit with how long it took them to finish development, where they announced the full release date and they had assumed that they were going to have that full true ending complete at that point in time, but it turns out they only had part of it, so they had to then patch some of it in later, and they maybe just took a bit of a gamble thinking, oh, I mean, this is a roguelite game and it already has enough stuff in it, it's going to take people a long time to get far enough through that they're going to notice that there isn't the full end experience. But, I mean, obviously, we still got the true ending, at least in its current form, so it's not like it left us wanting too much, but I am intrigued to see if, in fact, that is true. Again, this is a message that I just kind of skimmed immediately after our previous video recording. Sure, now I've dated that one as well. So I was like, God darn it, I missed something. But I have not, at least as of this recording, signed up for this beta of some sort.
We really showed him, didn't we, Freenos?
So maybe I'm totally wrong on that stuff. Maybe I just need to double check.
I don't know how late it
but
is.
That might be a thing.
The old painting safely tucked away. That memory isn't going anywhere.
Damn, Mel. Wow. If only looks could kill, am I right?
What are you referring to? Us? The way we've redecorated things around here? Technically, yeah, that's not the exclamation point above your head that means you have something new to say to us, so that may have just been sort of a generic comment. But we finished...
It's an auspicious night.
I don't even know how many prophecies on that run. I lost track.
So...
Or what, technically, combination of prophecies and achievements. So only 2 prophecies here, it seems, but it was at least 2 achievements on top of this, I think. Maybe more. So this was from the Narcissus and Echo conflict. Voice and vanity. The daughter of the god of the dead shall some evening bring about the reconciliation of 2 accursed souls whose predicaments are indelibly intertwined. But that's the thing. That's why I was saying I felt kind of disappointed by it. We sorted things out for Narcissus, but it just didn't really feel like that was the case for Echo.
2 souls once intertwined, finally untangled.
Maybe it's asking too much to want Echo to no longer have her voice echo and no longer have her voice changed, but felt like it was strongly hinting that things were headed in that direction, and then to suddenly just not give us that thing that it seemed like you were starting to promise leaves me kind of disappointed. Then this is for, reaching the bottom of the bottom, getting to the Kronos fight with the final of the hidden aspects.
A god who longs for dealing death with Zoraphet. Why?
Okay, and then out of curiosity, And no progress made on the main fate-related prophecy here. And other stuff, I mean, we may have to take a closer look at this later on to see if there is anything now that we want to focus on, or if it's just completing runs for the sake of completing runs and hoping that along the way we make progress toward freeing the fates. Anything else in this area? Nothing new from you, and that's again just Dora giving us the option to decorate. Nothing else there. 9 rooms away from getting this delivered. Okay, fair enough.
Good evening, broker.
I think we have plenty of Charon cards next time that becomes an option, and plenty of fish to cash in here, which means we could nab this nightmare, or we could use this as an opportunity to load up on Moondust. We cannot quite afford to get 20, which I believe is the threshold we need to get at least the big Arcana card, the Judgment one that we were eyeing before, get that maxed out. There's probably still a few more beyond that we've yet to max out, but they're ones that we tend not to use, and I don't think they're nearly as expensive. So I'm kind of tempted, given how we almost have enough bones to get all this. Maybe we could even buy a Stardust with it, which is also something we aren't usually able to afford. I think we might save the bones a little bit, or spend it on Moondust. That we have, and we are hoping to spend more time, or what was it, develop our relationship with, get to know you better, because that is one of the things we need for the fates. I think we can do it. Let's gift. Not sure that we need to for that purpose, but let's do it nonetheless.
I've little taste for the traditions of the gods, you know. Lest you forget, I am a Titaness. More in common with our old enemy, I dare say, than with the likes of Zeus and his ilk.
Yeah, this is something that I had mentioned several times before, but it was a little odd that this didn't come up more, or at least sooner. Because, yeah, it would potentially give you some cause for concern that Hecate is... You know, why is she helping us rather than the Titans? Although, obviously, she has never really given us any reason to doubt her loyalties beyond just that, by technicality, she is a Titan, not a goddess.
No matter your heritage, Headmistress, you have been a sure and steady guardian of mine throughout my life. A bit of tradition helps express the gratitude I feel.
Tradition is all well and good, lest 'tis followed blindly. Senselessly, I should say, for the blind are often very much aware. But let me not belabor your kind gesture. I am grateful, truly.
All right. Then, the normal conversation.
These crossroads flourish thanks to this renewal project of yours. You saw an opportunity to get it off the ground even now.
Okay, so this is about the various decorations we've been doing, right? I think.
This is our home. It should be cared for, clean and beautiful. I recruited Dora to assist me so that the work wouldn't have to wait forever.
Yeah.
Dora? I've not once heard the invocation of her name and work in the same breath. Think that you persuaded that one to be of service.
Hey, I mean...
She's pleased to help.
Yeah, I can understand why you're saying that, but at the same time... Don't sell her short. Alright, so... I mean, yeah, if we were to buy some of those resources like one of the Stardust or Shadow Dust, would help us to get some of these things like the Moondust. Oh, I guess by getting a little extra Fate Fabric, which we were talking about before, it does mean we can get more of these, which I think I saw we used the perfect amount, just as many as we had crafted, to unlock the hidden torches aspect, but I think there are some other renewal project things like songs or other decorations that require some of these as well. So there is potentially still some small reasons to get more of them, although it's mostly just for the aesthetics and the vibes. Not sure there's really anything directly gameplay related anymore. It depends on this, so maybe we'll hold off for now.
Excellent stuff.
Then you seemingly had a big conversation at the end of our previous run, and we were wondering if that was what was holding us back from developing our relationship further with you. Has anything changed there? No, he still needs to settle up with a few acquaintances. I mean, there's a chance that that's one of the things that only is doable once this theoretical, full, true ending takes effect. In which case it might be impossible. We might be waiting for something that just cannot happen at this stage.
If you run into anything bad whilst you're out there, you come talk to me about it. Chances are I've seen it, fought it, otherwise gotten past it, and can offer some advice.
Definitely.
All right.
Amazing work.
Ready to come out?
Icarus is here. One moment while we harvest all of the plants that have ever existed. Seemingly.
Soon.
Alright, and we had that
flourish.
conversation with Nyx in the first Chaos room that I really didn't know what to make out of it. It seemed like it was an important conversation that we happened to barge into, but we didn't really understand, didn't get much context to know what was it actually about. Nothing new from Hypnos, but you, Icarus, what about you?
You know, I thought that once Kronos was out and the Underworld King and Queen were back, you'd have to join them in the House of Hades. Be the princess you were always meant to be.
I'd like to think I already am that. My father's house is truly something to behold, but this is home, not there. And I'll be seeing my parents and brother frequently enough, I think.
Oh, right. How was it meeting Zagreus? He live up to all the hushed tales of his prowess and all that?
I guess you could say that.
If I told you, I'd have to slay you.
Oh.
Well, all right.
What? That's a thing? I did not know that was a thing. Okay. Just double check. Reason to gift to you? Not really, especially now that we're running pretty low. Oh, I guess that's one thing we could do. One moment, Nemesis. Did I forget that you were even there in the first place? Yeah, perhaps. Let's just nab one of these.
I'll take it.
Nah.
Ran into Nyx last night. So whenever she's
So
had
did
her
we.
fill of being around Hades and Persephone, she goes off to Chaos for a little quiet time. I can see the appeal.
She's not doing it to get away from my parents. With all that the Underworld's gone through, don't you think Night and Chaos might have a lot to discuss?
Sure. Trying to imagine what they even talk about. It continues to be very dark here, Chaos. Yes, it does, Nyx.
Maybe that's what their conversation was after all.
Sorry.
Okay. I think we head on back this way. And now, for the first time...
All the way from Tartarus is here with us.
You found us after all.
There we go. Okay, so for the first time ever, we have now unlocked every single weapon aspect that there is. I guess there is that prophecy we saw for actually completing a run with each individual aspect, and there's still a few more that we've yet to do that with. Obviously, we just checked one off the list by doing the hidden axe aspect, but that could be one of the things that we focus on next, as we are obviously still trying to progress the whole Fates plotline and hopefully waking up Hypnos as well, and maybe waiting for this theoretical full true ending thing, but don't quote me on that one. I'd want to double check. But either way, this is the right time for us to wrap things up with a weapon aspect that I really like and would like to see more of going forward. But thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.